You only have one night to visit Berlin. What could possibly go wrong? Let's find out. Willkommen! My name is Sean Huggins and this is React with Hugs.
I want to see how he reacts when he thinks no one's watching.
I can't help it if he's weird.
He's American.
He's going crazy with that work.
Everybody reacts differently.
I think he's weird, but that's me.
He's American, you know.
Welcome to React with Hugs. My name is Sean Huggins. Let's take a look at today's comment of the day. So today's comment of the day comes from Marcus9519, and they say, "This is for me the funniest video ever that I have seen." Oh, wow. Marcus, thank you for the nice comment. You must not see many videos if you think one of my videos is the funniest video you've ever seen. But either way, thank you for the nice comment. It is very much appreciated. That's all I want to do is make people laugh and have a good time. Maybe learn a thing or two about Germany along the way. So, again, thank you very much for the nice comment. But let's hop into today's reaction. So this video is called One Night in Berlin. I saw a video like this a long time ago, but it was called One Night in Paris. Maybe this video is similar to that, I don't know, but I guess we're gonna find out together. So, los geht's. Okay. I don't see Berlin yet. Nice public transportation here.
On October 4th, 2019, I arrived to Berlin, Germany on my way to Estonia.
This video is so
I had
quiet.
around 12 hours to kill till my flight, so like any rational person, I went out exploring. Berlin is one of those cities that is just shrouded in somewhat of a dark and mysterious aura.
Oh, that's not what I expected. He said Berlin has a dark aura. Interesting. I've never been to Berlin, so I don't know. I can't comment on it, on the aura of Berlin, so I don't know. You guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments. Does Berlin have a dark and mysterious feel to it? Let's see.
The whole city feels ambient, as if there's something broody glooming above it. Maybe
Whoa.
it's just my imagination due to only seeing Berlin at night, but once you step off the airport, you kind of feel it in the air. After taking a neat bus for a cheap price of €280, a friend and I arrived at the Berlin Central train station, which was just massive, filled with shops and gates and all sorts of stuff.
Dude, that's the train station? That place is freaking huge. That is awesome looking. I want to go there. Are these offices like inside of the train station? Is this like a 3-story building inside of the train station? That is crazy.
It was a mall, more or less.
Holy crap.
Except if you step on a train, it takes you to God knows where in the city and rips you off. Anyways, from there we left our stuff in the
Wow,
lockers
it's huge.
for €6, and we were on our merry way to check out the city. Our
Okay,
first
let's
stop
see.
was none other than the Brandenburg gate. Since I was a teen, I used to really be obsessed with Berlin and the monuments that populate the city.
The most iconic Berlin tourist site, so you gotta go there. Of course. It looks pretty cool. I could see how it could be a little bit scary at night when it's all scary and dark out. Oh my god.
Brandenburg Gate, the Brandenburg Tor, was the first on my list. To get there, we walked past the dimly lit streets, with little
Oh
to
wow.
no people outside.
It is pretty dark though.
Mind you, it was 9 p.m. on a Friday night, and there was no one out.
Dude, this is 9 p.m. on a Friday night? What the frick? Where is everyone?
Most shops and businesses were closed, and it was just us two, wandering the city with the sound of a car passing us every now and then.
Wow.
Finally, we arrived at the gate. It was what it was, just a gate. It was
Of course.
huge, and it was enveloped in statues that all symbolized something. When we arrived, Berlin was celebrating the anniversary of German reunification after the second German fiasco of Europe.
The second German fiasco of Europe. Man, it looks like everything's closed here though. Maybe it's because it was raining or something that day. Maybe. I don't know.
So there were fruit and tents everywhere, most of which were closing, despite there still being tourists. Fun fact,
Oh.
Germany is considered to be the most hard-working nation in Europe. Despite this, most
Really?
businesses close at around 6. Also, Germans take an entire month of vacation as well. So whoever says that they are the most hardworking people in the world is lying to himself and is lying to you.
I think I saw a statistic that said on average Germany works the least amount of hours per year for all of the European Union countries because of all the labor laws and all the time off that you get standard in Germany, which is pretty cool. Everyone likes that. Why would you want to work your whole entire life away? But that's different than not working hard, because when you're at work in Germany, then you're expected to work hard. It's just that you do the work when you're there and then you get more time off. That's how it should be, I think.
Lazy ass Germans. So after Germany's second great European fiasco, the gate was utterly destroyed. So what you see today is not the original, rather a reconstruction. The same goes for most of the buildings in Berlin. They were either bombed to smithereens by flying English spastics or blown up by the Russian Antifa. And there are some modern buildings that were built after the war and reunification, but nobody really cares too much about them. Anyways,
Fair
next
enough.
to Brandenburg Gate there is the Reichstag, which means the parliament, but separated. Reich means empire and Tag means day, so do with that information what you will. To get into the Reichstag, you gotta book a guided tour, which is pretty difficult because every living amoeba and their grandmother wants to take a look at the Empire Day building.
Really?
Also, props to the Reichstag who are working from 8 a.m. till 12 a.m. Something
Wow.
truly tells you about the people of a country when their government works harder than them. Next, there is a monument commemorating the second great German fiasco of Europe, where the Russian Liberation Army is honored and they bash their own. I swear, Germany is the only country which would have a
What?
monument which would belittle their own people.
Dude, there is a Russian monument in the middle of Berlin. Wow. I would not have expected that. That's a new one for me.
But then again, they were responsible for the deaths of 12 million Untermensch. I mean, at least they're not proud of what they did, unlike the south of the United States. I'm just
True.
saying. Anyways, if you continue south, you get to Potsdamer Platz, which is Potsdamer Square, where some of the tallest buildings in Berlin reside. Basically, this is the business quadrant of Berlin. You can also see where the wall was. Speaking of the wall,
Oh.
here it is. Well, what's left of it. The
Wow.
Berlin Wall, built in
The Great Wall of China.
1961, overnight, its sole purpose was to divide the wannabe Russian Germans from the wannabe Austrian Germans. It essentially was used as a barrier to prove that communism is shit, so much so that people would risk their lives to jump over a wall while being shot at, even if that meant they had a chance to escape it. In 1989, the wall comes crumbling down like the average life of a millennial, and here it resides. Next up we got Checkpoint Charlie, the infamous checkpoint where you would leave the good old starving part of Berlin to enter the future 90s booming of Yugoslavia Berlin.
Oh, it's a U.S. military checkpoint from back in the day. Okay, interesting.
It's pretty great. It's your average tourist trap, but the best part about it is there's a McDonald's right next to it.
Nice. That was America's plan the whole time. People thought it was to spread democracy across the world. No. It was to spread McDonald's across the world. And it's working.
Which I think is just hilarious, and it's right on the east side of it. Further into East Berlin, you got Alexanderplatz, aka Alexander Square. Thank God Macedonia doesn't have one of their city squares named like this. Anyways, it's just your regular town square with shops and a wannabe CN tower.
Whoa.
Probably more hustling and bustling in the day. And that's all I got to see. Of course, this is just scratching the surface of Berlin.
One
there are
night
hundreds
in
of
Berlin.
other things to see, such as museums and galleries and churches, if you're into that. And of course, the infamous Berlin nightclubs. Honestly, I'm really disappointed I didn't get to go to one, but I hope to return one day to Berlin.
Me
and
too.
make a video called 4 Days in Berlin,
Ooh.
not just one night. But for now, that's it. All in all, Berlin is a mysterious city covered by a dark and brooding aura of its past, ranging
Dang.
from the Holy Roman Empire, the Nazi days, and the Cold War walls. It's a weird city. I definitely recommend you take a trip to. Compared to other great
Okay.
cities that don't ever sleep like New York, this one does, and it goes to bed at 7 p.m. God damn it, Berlin. Anyways, what do you
Dang.
think about Berlin? Have you been there? Did you have a good
Berlin
time?
goes to bed at
Did you
7
enjoy it?
p.m.?
Let me know in the comments.
Dude, what is going on with Berlin? Why is Berlin going to bed so early? 7 p.m. on a Friday night? Is it really this dark and gloomy? Is it really this mysterious? I don't know. I've never been to Berlin. I mean, I've always wanted to go, but I mean, if everything closes at 7 p.m. and it has this weird dark energy or whatever this guy is trying to say, doesn't really sound that appealing to me. But I guess I should ask you guys, the experts. Have any of you guys been to Berlin? And if so, what do you think of it? What's it like? What does it feel like? Or what are the people like? Is the party scene really all that it's cracked up to be, that everyone's talking about it all the time? Or are people going to bed super early, like in this video? I don't know what to think anymore, so I guess I just got to go by what you guys say in the comments section. At any rate, though, that's all the time that I have for today. Thank you guys so much for being here, and as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.